I know that absolutely everyone loves my hand videos, so here's some more. I picked this laptop up a couple days ago for a hell of a good price. This is a Asus ROG G750JH gaming laptop, GTX 780M. Now, it's an older laptop, but I paid a good price for it. It has an i7 4700 HQ with 24 gigs of RAM and a 1080p, I believe, IPS screen. I'm not completely sure about that. But anyways, I paid 650 Canadian for this laptop. The person wanted 800. I dropped them down, and yeah, I've done a little bit of running of games and stuff on it. Is that a spider? Anyways, I ran some games on it. Borderlands pre-sequel. I absolutely do enjoy that game. It wasn't as great as Borderlands 2, but it was still had its moments. As you can see, I've been downloading a lot of stuff. Also, sorry, storage-wise, you probably know this about these laptops, but this actually has a RAID 0 config for SSDs. So you might notice something, right? Local disk. Let's go to CPU-Z here. I have to head off to work in a little bit. I'm still off of work, sort of. I'm on modified work because of my back and everything. I got a WCB claim. Anyways, basically you might notice I've already kind of filled up everything. This is my desktop replacement. And, you know, I worked out my teeth and stuff, and it's just, I'm going to be going to BC to get it dealt with. So anyways, EasyTech, 24 gigs of RAM. Graphics, we're looking at 780M. And let's go to our CPU here. So what I mentioned earlier, right, is that this is actually broken down into a RAID 0 config. So if we go to our disks, we go to our disks here. There's 228 gig M.2 SSDs in here. And how it works out is it basically, again, it goes RAID 0, it goes a hell of a lot faster, and it allows you to obviously have faster file transfer speeds and whatnot. Anyways, like I said, paid $650 for this laptop. It marketed for about $2,000 back in the day. I'll just go to show you here. Asus, here it is. There is an issue, by the way, with the charger. I could talk about that in a second here. It just, you have to tap it a couple times and it works fine. Because if you unplug it, it will irreparably, it's a BIOS issue, but basically, it will slow down your FPS. I'll give you an example here. It is one big issue, one glaring issue with this laptop over other ones. Also, it's 17.3 inches and weighs about close to 10 pounds. Watch. So I'll unplug it. All right, watch the CPU. So we're currently at that usage. Immediately, I unplug. It drops down to basically 0.79 gigahertz. You plug it back in, you're all good to go. Is it a bad laptop? No. Like I said, I paid $650 for it, and the person wanted $800, and I could not find a single laptop for $600 to $650 that was worth it for this. The fact that I have a dedicated 780M GPU, the fact that I've got an HQ processor, like an i7 4700K, not K, but the fact that I have pretty much very similar specs to what I had previously, a little bit stepped down, that's okay for me. I've also installed I've installed Ableton 10, Live 10, all of Adobe. I even have DaVinci Resolve. Just before I go, because I do have to get going to work, I'm going to boot up Borderlands. Well, no, what do we got here? I'll go to my games, go to my installed, just take a look at something that I know does take a bit of graphical horsepower to run. Head in Time is actually a really good game, but that's not it. I just want something I can boot up quickly. Actually, I'll just do PUBG. I've managed to run PUBG at a pretty decent frame rate as well. But, yeah, it's like I said, this laptop is... I took my money and like I said, I bought this. I sold my computer off. I sat on it for about a week with $800, and I got a great deal on this. This laptop also came with a copy of Assassin's Creed 4, which I actually got for free years back. So I paid, a decent amount of money in the past for computers and things, and I should have went for a desktop replacement in the beginning, because I really wasn't using my desktop all that much natively. As you saw in all my other videos, I used it not sparingly, if you will, but I definitely did use it less than maybe I should have. I definitely should have used it more. So for me, it's not even that bad. Also, another thing I want to talk about too, I even got a mouse that came with it. It's just a Cerberus mouse from Asus. The person who actually I was talking to had this exact same laptop and said they wouldn't sell it for less than $900. I don't want to do GeForce Experience. Thanks, but go away. They said they wouldn't sell it for less than $900, and they also said that they wouldn't. Let's make sure it's plugged in. They also said that they would not go for that, or that the mouse that they still use the same mouse that came with it. So we'll just load up some PUBG here very quickly. I haven't played PUBG in such a long time, so this is all new to me. The fact that they have a winter map and everything, it's mind-blowing that the game has grown so much. I did run Apex Legends on here. It runs like a dream. I mean, as much as a 700 or like, you know, a 2000 in 2013 laptop would run. It runs really, really well. I might install, if I play this more, I might install this to my SSD, but I don't think so. PUBG is one of those games that you really don't need super high-end specs for, to tell you the truth. So anyways, we'll just go to our FPS counter here. Don't mind my dog, she just does that. Makes noises and things. Just put up the FPS counter, 80. Or...
Kiki, do you love me?
That was unexpected. So I have work in about half an hour. I'm going to take an Uber, but... Definitely want to install PUBG on an SSD if you're going to be playing a lot, but as it sits right now, I don't play this very often, so for me, it's not a big issue. Alright, so as you can tell, runs exceptionally well considering the age of this machine. Specs-wise, or not specs-wise, but settings-wise, I'll show you in a sec here. Alright, so settings. We are running at unlimited FPS. Our quality is, our anti-aliasing I don't ever want on high. Medium and high settings, pretty much. What we could do is we could set this to high and see what happens. I will never turn on VSync personally.
A lot of people going that way. I'm just gonna go down.
Still running quite well at high settings. So yeah, there you are. This is PUBG. It runs.
I'll get a car.
I'm not going to be playing with these people because I'm going to have to get going, and I don't want to play a full round of this game. But as you can see, frame rate is not too terrible, considering
pick you guys up and get out of here.
Considering it has a 780M, it's not the worst. I just don't want to hear them. Can I just mute team management? Can I just mute people?
Oh, fuck,
yeah, I just want to mute all of them. I don't want to hear them. They're good people, but I mean, I don't know them, but I don't want to hear. I want to make a video. So anyways, as you can tell, like the laptop it's holding up pretty stable. But again, here's what I talked about, right? Immediately unplug it, kills it to a crawl. And that is a problem that because the battery just can't handle the can't handle the processing power. So again, for this laptop, you would probably want to run things at medium settings. Reason I say that is strictly because you're going to have a bad time if you don't, right? So we'll run this at medium and just see if we have a little bit better. Because you want to try to have the highest frame rate possible. So here's the thing, right? You might be saying, okay, so you bought a laptop for $600, $650, sorry. I work it out to $600 plus a $50 mouse, which was free. Why not go for, as people in another Discord were saying, why not go for a Ryzen 7 laptop or go for a Ryzen 5? Well, funny enough, there was a Ryzen 5 laptop. It was also $650. It was on Amazon. The other laptop I initially looked at had a A12, A12 97 something. I don't know. It wasn't the greatest, but it had a Radeon RX 540 built into it. And I thought, okay, maybe a dedicated GPU would be fine. But I would have been unnecessarily, like, I would have been very unhappy with it when I look at it. I would have upgraded after after a year anyways. So I'm like, if I'm going to spend $650 on a laptop, I might as well go see if I can find a gaming laptop. Because that's kind of what I wanted before. As I mentioned, I gave up a machine that had a 1060 Max-Q in it. and a 7700 HQ. So basically what I got was something a little bit lower end than that, but still very much capable. So as you can tell, it's running just fine. This is completely playable for me. You know, obviously if I lower it to 720 or 16 or 900p, it'll probably run even better. But as you can tell, the machine is running quite well. And yeah, again, I'm a lefty, so you know, I would never play with a touchpad for this game, but I just wanted to talk about it. Say, this is why you should look into getting old used gaming laptops. I wouldn't really call this a gaming laptop. I call this a gaming like desktop replacement. It's not like a Helios Predator or something, but it's definitely has it's bulky. As I mentioned, it weighs a good 10 pounds. That is the max I can carry. The charger is probably about an extra pound. So you're probably looking at about 11 pounds. And you're going to want to have a 17-inch like laptop bag, or like something that can fit this, or something that could, if you're going to be carrying this, or something that could fit a backpack or something, right? Anyway, speaking about that, good timing. All right. They're going to be like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? I'm just going to quit the game right after I do this. Don't ever do this to your fellow teammates. So frame rate doesn't drop. All right, I'm out. There you go. That is the laptop that I picked up for $650. Like I said, this is a video. Will in time do benchmarks and stuff and show some specs. I also want to be able to play the Division 2 because I got that for $30 from a person I bought 4 terabytes from. So I want to be able to play that coming up when that releases this month. So that's it. This laptop is really, I was going to say it's hella dope. It's really good for me, and it's exactly what I need. And I can't really lift it with one hand. I mean, I can, but it's a heavy boy. Also, something I wanted to mention too, that lights up. Not that I'm a fan of that, but it's kind of cool. It's my first gaming laptop, and the person I bought this from, he's only had it for a year, and the person before that, he bought it it's like I said, it's from 2013, 2014. And again, this is one of the issues that go with it, but it's not the worst it's not bad at all. And it's better than having single channel RAM. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, do not buy a laptop if it only has single channel RAM. You're going to be disappointed. I'm serious. HP, you guys are completely garbage, and I'm so pissed off at you for doing that, for gimping such a great APU. That the FX 9800P is actually pretty capable, but because it only has single channel RAM in that HP Envy X360, it 2-in-1, it screws over people. It's fine for Netflix, it's fine for word processing, but it barely runs Photoshop because it crashes. It doesn't have an M.2. It should have an M.2 slot, but it doesn't. It's just removed. There's a RAM like DIMM module that should be there, but it's removed. HP completely gimped this machine, not this one, but the one I'm talking about. Basically, so they could, and the fact that they had the audacity to charge $800 for it was ridiculous. I'm sorry. If you're gonna sell a machine, I don't care if it's a 1080p IPS full-on touchscreen. I don't give a shit. If you're going to sell a computer in 2019, this would be 2016, but if you're going to sell a computer in 2019 that doesn't have dual channel or quad channel memory, or soldered on RAM even, that it has that's just no. Keep the M.2 slot, keep the ability to upgrade. I'm sorry, I know people are like, oh, well, why would you buy a laptop then? I move so often, like I'm leaving my house so often that it just makes sense for me to have a laptop. Otherwise, I would have just kept a desktop. Anywho, I digress. This laptop will work for me for the next year or two. And after that, I'll probably end up getting something else. Oh, something I forgot to mention too. Because my laptop, my other one, has USB-C, this one doesn't, unfortunately. But it does have a Thunderbolt port, Thunderbolt 1. And Thunderbolt's kind of cool because you can run, displays off it and stuff. It's not like regular Thunderbolt 3 where you can run external GPUs. That's actually a reason I wanted that other laptop, and a feature that you won't ever use in 2019, but if you ever want to watch a Blu-ray, got an optical drive, and even more USB ports. So, yeah. Keeps closing. All right, guys, like it, dislike it. See you in the next video. Peace out.